figure out what it's like living in Colorado? Will you even like living in Denver? I've got 17 things for you to know before you even get here. Stay tuned. Hey, it's Alyson Wahl with Live South Denver. Welcome back to my channel. If you want to know everything there is to know about living in the Denver area, you're in the right place. Start by subscribing to this channel so you don't miss out every time we do a new video. I want to take a moment and say a big thank you to everyone who has reached out, and I am helping relocate and move here to the Denver area. If you are thinking about it, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, however you want to get in touch. Just know I can't wait to serve you, and I've got you covered when you're coming to the Denver area. Okay, so you're doing your research. Maybe you're even comparing Colorado to a few other states, and you're wondering, what is it like to live in Colorado? What is it like to live in Denver? Well, I have 17 things for you to know. There's probably more, but we'll stick to this list. Number 17, Colorado is not all mountains. For those of you that have been here, you already know that. But for those of you who haven't, and all you see on TV are those beautiful Rockies, it can come as a shock. 40% of Colorado is our eastern plains. It's just flatland. We are so thankful for our eastern plains. They are huge producers of fantastic produce. We get the best watermelons, cantaloupe, and more out of the eastern plains every summer. Cattle is Colorado's #1 agricultural product. You may not care, but you're gonna notice. When the storms blow in from the north, you're gonna get a whiff of the byproduct of that cattle coming right along with it. And at number 16 on our list, Colorado owns big mountains. Colorado has 55% of all of the United States 14ers. That's 53 of the 97 peaks over 14,000 feet. Maybe you're asking, why do I care before I move to Colorado? Well, that makes outdoor living exciting all year round. So that brings me to number 15. If you're single or a young couple and you're planning to move right into the city, I recommend you take up skiing, hiking, all sorts of sports that keep you active all year round. Why? Because most of the city empties out on the weekends no matter the season. So if you don't join in on those activities, you're probably going to be sitting back in the city fairly lonely on the weekends. Number 14. On the flip side, not everyone skis. It can seem that way, particularly when you're sitting in that traffic heading up there yourself. But really, there are lots of people in Colorado that don't ski. So while we're talking about the mountains, let's talk about number 13 on the list of things you need to know about living in Colorado. Elevation is a thing. Denver is called the Mile High City for its elevation, not for its marijuana. Yes, I've been asked that. If you're moving to the Denver area, or anywhere in Colorado for that fact, the odds are you won't have the opportunity to take it easy for your first few days, which is what's generally recommended when you come here if you're arriving from lower elevations. Your best bet, move slower than you usually would, drink a lot of water and stay hydrated, don't have a few beers to celebrate until you're a few days in, and just know that the elevation won't get the best of you forever. It doesn't take long for your body to acclimate. All right, I brought up marijuana, so let's cover that topic. Number 12. Cannabis is a big deal here for a lot of people. Since Colorado was the first state to legalize recreational marijuana use, and it's still on the cutting edge for cannabis legislation, it attracts investors, businesses, and users alike. Some people really hate this addition to the Colorado landscape. Some people love it. Regardless, it's here, and it brings in a lot of tax dollars. What I will say is if you're a user, just know the rules. They do vary by area. Number 11. Hey, your vote matters here. Colorado is a purple state. Colorado is predominantly blue along the Front Range and in ski country. And Colorado is predominantly red in the agricultural and more rural areas. The bad news is there are a lot of political ads during election season. But the good news is your vote does matter. Number 10, Coloradans are active and healthy. Well, from yoga in the park to biking and hiking to mountain climbing, skiing, and snowshoeing, find yourself an activity that you love and get involved. And even if being outdoors isn't your favorite thing, Find something you can learn to love and do it, because afterwards, if you're with friends, you can almost be guaranteed to stop for food and craft beer. Because craft beer is number 9 on our list of things you ought to know about Colorado. Colorado is one of the original states of craft beer. Colorado is still 3rd for total breweries, 3rd in barrels of beer produced, and there are beer fests year-round. Oh, and beer goes great with number 8 on my list too. Pro sports. It is all about the Broncos here. I mean, if God didn't love the Broncos, why are sunsets blue and orange? Denverites and Coloradans love our Broncos. But hey, if you're not a Broncos fan, you will find fans from your hometown here too. Pretty sure of it. But we do ask, please don't love the Raiders. And our love for the Broncos isn't meant to slight our other pro teams. We have the Rockies, the Nuggets, the Avs, even a pro soccer team, the Rapids. Number 7 might be up for some debate, but I'm gonna stick to it. Colorado is friendly. People overall are just friendly. Doesn't matter who you meet on the hiking trail, most people will say hello. You move into a neighborhood, the people nearby want to be your friend, or they're at least cordial. A recent travel site ranked Colorado one of the top 10 most friendly states in the US, so I am in at least some good company. However, there are plenty of people who I have come across, and I've heard it myself since I'm not a native, who have told me stories of being told, "Get out, you don't belong here." So it is possible if you're moving here, you'll hear the same thing. You're not a native, you don't belong, Colorado's closed, go home, we don't like Californians, we don't like Texans. Let it roll off your back. You're welcome here. Colorado overall is fantastic. Number 6 on things you need to know about living in Colorado, especially living in Denver, high insurance rates. Sad to say, but we have bad drivers. And these bad drivers lead to higher costs of car insurance than in many other states. Now, I have to say, I have lived several other places, and I do not think that our drivers are that bad. I actually don't think of them as bad at all. However, the stats speak for themselves, and the insurance companies have raised their rates here in Colorado. Insurance may be higher here, but if you choose wisely, number 5 on this list could put money back in your pocket. Number 5 is the taxes. In Colorado, property taxes are considered among the lowest in the US on average. Average property tax statewide is at 0.55%. The thing is, that's not true everywhere, that's just our average. The property taxes will vary by county, and it will also vary whether you've purchased a new construction home or an older home. For example, while the statewide average is just 0.55%, Douglas County, which encompasses much of South Denver, is nearly 0.8%. And then there's sales tax. The statewide sales tax is just over 2%. Not bad. It is not uncommon for sales tax rates to top out at 8% in some cities, and even goes up to as high as 11% in some areas. The higher rates are usually the mountain towns, probably not surprising. Again, choose wisely where you put down your roots, and you can put a little money back in your pocket. Number 4 on this list also has to do with choice, but there's not a lot you have to do with it. Colorado is a school choice state. You have open enrollment. What does this mean for you? Because if you don't come from a state like this, you have no idea. Parents and students have school choice. This means families can request for their student to attend any public school in Colorado for free, inside or outside district lines. Number 3 on the list of things you want to know about living in Colorado, weather. Does it snow every day? Nope, it doesn't. I get asked that a lot by people moving here from sunny states like Florida, Texas. They think that the whole state must get snow a lot and nearly every day, at least in the winter. We do not. We really don't get snow every day of the year. Colorado has 300 sunny days a year. People will debate what makes a sunny day. Colorado has more than Florida. And I'm a Florida girl, I came from there, and I can tell you, we have more sun here than we did in the Sunshine State. Colorado, the saying goes, come for the winter, stay for the summers. Summers in Colorado are fantastic. It's when the wildflowers are in bloom, hiking is at its best, festivals are in full force, and warm days with perfect nights in Colorado seem to come with endless abandon. But summer holds its secrets. hailstorms. And those hailstorms can cause some intense damage. Damage to your car, damage to your house, damage to your beautiful flowers and your fabulous tomatoes. And all that damage is reflected in our insurance rates here as well. Hey, you've probably heard people say about our weather, oh, it's a dry heat. Oh, it's a dry cold. Well, they're right. It's just dry. It's really dry here. And if you're coming from anywhere east of the Mississippi, I just don't think there is any amount of lotion that's gonna make your skin feel like it did back home. Just be prepared. It's just really dry here. One last thing I have to share, the wind. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you may have heard me talk about this. It's actually the thing I hate the most about our weather. The wind is mood changing. It puts me in a sour mood if it's really windy and I have to be out in it. It will blow your hair, it blows things away. If you go to bed at night on a windy night, you could easily wake up with trash cans down the street and a neighbor's trampoline or yours blown out of the yard. Fences could be down, shingles could be off, siding could be flapping. The wind here is intense. Luckily, it's not that windy all the time. It's mostly windy in the spring. It's hardly windy in the summer. It's really winter months, but winter heading into early spring is when we get most of that wind. Okay, number 2 on the list, it's related to weather, so we aren't gonna fully pull away from this. I gotta finish this thought for you. The number 2 thing you need to know about living in Colorado, don't live on the wrong side of the street. Nope, I'm not talking about picking a good neighborhood or a bad neighborhood. This isn't a wrong side of the tracks thing. It's a wrong side of the street thing. I'm talking about choosing a house that faces the wrong direction. If your house faces east or north, you're in for a lot more work than your neighbors across the street. Driveways here that face west and south really won't have to shovel that often in the winter, and that's thanks to Colorado's 300 days of sun. The snow melts very quickly under our warm, bright sun. If your driveway faces east or north, you have to shovel, doesn't matter. Otherwise, your driveway becomes a skating rink for all of winter. The number 1 thing to know about living in Colorado and living in Denver, the gratitude never ends. We can see the mountains from the city of Denver and every suburb. We see every reflected sunrise off of them and every stunning sunset that takes our breath away. We're close enough to tell when the mountains have gotten a fresh snowfall. We can see when it's been windy enough up there to blow the snow away. When crabapple trees bloom in the spring and tree-lined streets turn pink, you breathe it in. Or when mountainsides of aspens blaze in gold, you can't turn your eyes away. And truly, for those who love it here, the gratitude never ends. If you're even thinking about relocating and moving here to the South Denver or Denver area, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, however you want to get in touch. Know that I can't wait to serve you and I got your back when you're moving to Denver. This channel is full of everything you need to know about living in Denver. And if it's not there yet, it's coming. So subscribe so you don't miss out. Hey, I'll see you next week.